6 years old. I remember vividly the moment when my dad came back from work. My mom was in the sitting room meeting, and my dad asked for his room key. And my mom was like, "Oh, I won't give you your room key." She wasn't responding. So they were having issues. Blah, blah, blah. So my dad now felt, okay, I don't want issues. So he went out. Coming back, my mom, in short, before, okay, my mom was letting money in short, because my dad had side chicks around that. So you get what I'm saying? So she felt, oh, he must have gone out to meet one of those side chicks. So she was ready and like, when he's back, he's gonna be fighting. So my dad came back, trying to avoid trouble. My mom created a scenario, going outside, broke the windscreen of the cars, and all that. I was there. My youngest sister was there. My dad, so my other brother was there. I was just looking at the scenario. We had people coming around because my mom was angry coming from the fact that, number one, before I got married to you, I was already engaged with you. So now later knew that you already had a son outside. Before giving birth, then I now got another, discovery that you have another son for someone else outside, right? Funny enough, on my youngest, my youngest sister, when we were actually doing a naming ceremony party, another woman was actually having her own naming ceremony for my dad. So my dad was like, back and forth. So now, having all of that brewed in her, so I knew, okay, that was, that moment. She broke the screen, did all of that, and few days after, in the middle of the night, it was like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock thereabout. My dad was in the sitting room, sitting right, snoring, and snore means deep sleep. Remember my mom taking the 3 of us out of that house, right? Because she's like, okay, I'm tired of all this. Moved all of us out to our uncle's house to live in. So now, this is where the struggle is for the woman, which now comes to the point of where we are, right? When it comes to what's the effect to the kids, right? How do they perceive that? For me, I was born with a silver spoon, right? We enjoyed the luxury of life for a short time. Because immediately we moved out, we now got to a point where to have breakfast was struggling because I was in my uncle's house where we don't even have access to watch TV. My dad's house I could turn on the TV. This one, my uncle is such a blessed memory I will put out. You can't get access there until they open it, and he only opens it 7 o'clock when he wants to watch TV. And you can't even sit on the couch, you sit on the floor. Right? So I wasn't having all of that. Most of the time when you want to have lunch, because there's this garden in that we call it compound where they have this red pepper and all of that. Most of the time our lunch is always soaking gari and going to pluck one of those raw and eat it. So it's different from where I was coming from, where we had like 2 maids. Right? So I felt the effect. I remember one day vividly. It was raining very, very hard. And just to give you a description, I would say my school was like, let me say, was about where I was schooling to where we were actually living. It was like an hour, 45 minutes drive. So it was raining. We couldn't get public transport. Myself and that maid had to walk. It took us hours to get there. Which ordinarily, in my dad's house, we had the school bus because of drop. I was living in a good life where we had all of that. So now it's more like the survival mode. I would say a few months after we got our home place, it was struggle, right? Where now the frustration was there. My mom handling everything, having to do 2-3 jobs at once, not available, for us with the kids. So we're left most of the time to grow up. So now, even when we moved to our home place, we had one of the maids move with us, right? And because my mom wasn't always there, she was sexually molesting me. Right? But I couldn't tell my mom because she would be asking, because I couldn't tell her because she already created fear in me that if you tell your mom, I will beat you and I'll beat you till you die. So I couldn't say it to my mom. She would molest me, bring men into the house on the bed because my mom was a nurse. working overnight, night shift. In the morning, she has another shift. So we rarely see our mom, maybe twice or three times in a week. So the maid was there, trusted by my mom and all of that, but she was doing also. So it was after the point where we realized that, man, this is getting too much. We told our mom. I told my mom, actually, my mom moved out, and we started saying everything that happened. But believe you me, I was broken already in that angle, in that area, and also the fact that my mom wasn't there. So the absence, the love, the care that used to be there for both parents now being separated on the home, it wasn't there. I had to leave, and now it was like, because she needed something that she could afford. So the place was like, okay, affordable when it comes to housing too. But the environment was an environment where it's not an environment you want to learn, right? But you didn't have a choice but to learn from it because you have to go with that environment. So it had a great impact on my mental state. It had a great impact on me, and also the fact that sometimes you get that frustration from my mom where she's telling me that, see, I will take you to your dad. I will take you to your dad, because honestly, I was the stubborn type. And my brother was still, I was the stubborn type. So, but to address all of us, I would take it. Got to a point where my mom was frustrated that she just, the three of us, let's go. Along the line, she told my wife, along the way,
did you love your dad?
My dad, would I say I love my dad? But that's another thing. That's another big. There's something that there's a whole lot. There's a lot to that. So I remember on the way, after like a few minutes walk, she told my mom told my younger sister, you can go back. Then after a while, she told me, said, you can go back. But she took my brother. So she didn't take my brother to my dad's house. She took my brother to my dad's niece's house, right? Because that one is more like, another person. But the fact was that she wasn't at home. So she couldn't drop my brother there. So she came back. So just to show you the frustrating part for a single mom to the kids, broken, negative environment, things like so. I don't want to speak from that angle of what I experienced and how that can affect
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.